Across the vast landmass of Eurasia, a quiet transformation is unfolding. An alliance stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, representing nearly half of humanity, nuclear powers, energy giants, emerging economies, and some of the most strategically important territory on Earth. While much of the world focuses on Western alliances like NATO or the European Union, another organization has steadily expanded its influence, less loudly but no less significantly. This is the story of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. To understand the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, often called the SCO, we must return to the 1990s. The Cold War had ended, the Soviet Union had collapsed. Central Asia suddenly became a region of newly independent states. But uncertainty followed. China shared long and sensitive borders with former Soviet territories. Russia faced declining influence in Central Asia. Regional governments feared separatism, extremism, and instability. In 1996, China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan formed a diplomatic group known as the Shanghai Five. Its original purpose was surprisingly narrow: reducing military tensions along borders, building trust, and stabilizing the region after decades of geopolitical uncertainty. But over time, the project evolved into something far larger. In 2001, with the inclusion of Uzbekistan, the organization officially became the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and its ambitions expanded beyond borders towards security, economics, energy, diplomacy, and global influence. Today, the SCO includes some of the world's most influential nations. The founding members are China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, and they were later joined by India, Pakistan, Iran, and Belarus. Together, SCO member states account for nearly half of the world's population, enormous natural gas and oil reserves, major military powers, and critical trade corridors connecting Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Few organizations possesses this level of geographic and strategic reach. In many ways, the SCO reflects the rebirth of Eurasia as a connected geopolitical space. At its core, the SCO is fundamentally a security organization. From the beginning, its members identify what they call the three evils: terrorism, separatism, and extremism. The organization created mechanisms for intelligence sharing, military coordination, and counter-terrorism cooperation. One of its most important institutions became the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, headquartered in Tashkent. Large-scale joint military drills began taking place regularly. These exercises serve several purposes: combating terrorism, improving military interoperability, and demonstrating strategic unity. But critics argue they also project geopolitical power. Some analysts view the SCO as a counterbalance to Western influence in Eurasia, particularly to NATO expansion and American military presence. Yet, the SCO insists it is not a military alliance like NATO. It has no collective defense clause, no unified army, no obligation for members to fight for one another. Instead, it operates through cooperation, coordination, and shared regional interests. The SCO is often shaped by two central powers. The one is China and the other is Russia. Yet their visions are not identical. Russia traditionally views Central Asia as part of its historical sphere of influence. China, meanwhile, sees the region as essential to trade, energy security, and the expansion of its massive Belt and Road Initiative. The SCO provides a platform where both powers cooperate while carefully managing competition. Russia contributes military influence. China contributes economic power. Together, they help shape a multipolar world, one less dominated by Western institutions. In the 21st century, the SCO has increasingly become part of a broader conversation, from which the question arises: who will shape the future global order? One of the most fascinating developments came in 2017 when both Pakistan and India joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Two nuclear armed rivals sharing decades of conflict entered the same regional organization. Their inclusion dramatically increased the SCO's global importance, but it also introduced new tensions. The organization now contains countries with competing interests, border disputes, and different strategic alignments. Yet this diversity may also be its greatest strength. The SCO creates diplomatic space where rivals continue dialogue instead of isolation. Beyond security, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization increasingly focuses on economics. Member states seek stronger trade connections, transportation corridors, digital cooperation, energy partnerships, and financial integration. Eurasia is becoming more interconnected than at any time since the ancient Silk Road. Some experts believe the 21st century may witness the return of Eurasia as the center of global commerce, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization may become one of the institutions guiding that transformation. Yet, the SCO remains controversial. Critics argue that some member states use security rhetoric to justify authoritarian control and suppress dissent. Others question whether the organization can remain unified given its internal rivalries and differing national interests. Supporters, however, argue that the SCO offers an alternative model of international cooperation, one focused on sovereignty, non-interference, and regional instability. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is more than a regional alliance. It is a symbol of a changing world, a world where power is no longer centered in one region alone, but increasingly shared across a rising Eurasia.